How is it getting your wallet out of your pants because it's got a zipper on it? Doesn't it? I always found when that happens, it hurts my hand.
These are new pants, and I don't put wallet in my back pocket. I put it in my front pocket.
Let it do it.
Have done since I moved to Sydney.
Very cool. Well, you need to in Sydney.
I know, right?
Yeah. Take your wallet, but they won't grab your cards.
No.
Thanks, Sydney.
They can grab my butt as much as they like.
I know, right?
I mean that sincerely. Random strangers want to fiddle? Go for it.
Oh, but no, not me.
No, definitely not. There are limits to what's acceptable.
There are limits. Draw
Absolutely limits.
Draw a line.
Yeah. Hey, while we're rambling, and I might use this, I wanted to ask you, because AIDzee doesn't get around as often because of trivial, like life-threatening health things. And so I'm dealing with all the comments, which AIDzee also, because it involves words, is not into.
Not words, not me, no. Don't like it. The reading, that's for your book learning types that don't have developmental disabilities.
So, again, we get...
Learning disabilities.
All sorts, okay? There's just a big bundle of issues.
Issues.
That define what AIDzee is.
Issues. That's right.
And hilariously...
My people aren't a costume, okay? Don't dress up as a zombie on Halloween, just saying.
That's actually one of the things I wanted to bring up. Your people in different ways. The zombies is one thing. But the generic insults, particularly with sad little Arrested Development boys, is your fag. And one that's become more popular on the internet is to call someone... They don't say autistic, they call you an autist, which, given they make up words like misandry as well, they may as well make up words like autist. And when someone comments on one of our videos and goes like, what a pair of autistic fags, I go, well, one.
Not a pair.
One.
Not a pair. not a pair as such. One, definitely.
Yeah. Let's and I want to point, say to them, neither is an insult, okay?
Well, I'm quite happy in my ways.
I know,
really.
Right? It's like someone either is or isn't on the autism spectrum.
Right. One of us is.
Someone either does or doesn't enjoy sexual proclivities with similarly gendered people.
And he's half my age. Booyah!
Filthy man. Filthy man. But they actually think it's an insult, or they just don't think very much. What do you think it is? I mean, being you on the Aspie spectrum, to manage people, you have made a lifelong study of people.
I have.
To a crazy degree. So
back when I was a kiddie, there was no such thing as Asperger's. There was just socially awkward kid, throw stones at him and put him in a corner. Yes. Right? And so as a result, too, you tend to find your asperdacious children, or asperdastrous at that point, children tend to be very easy to trick. They're very gullible because everything is very linear and you don't take subtle cues, like I'm being bullshitted to heart. So as a result, very easy to be tricked into all kinds of situations, often including nudity, which I got over later, but don't worry about that.
You were tricked into the nudity.
Oh, I know, right? But
this is the man, I don't interrupt, this is the man who refers to accidentally making a porno, okay?
It was an accident. It was an accident. I didn't mean to make porno. I meant to watch porno and I just accidentally got in it. I was really on drugs at the time. Like a lot. And it was good. I mean, no one's complaining. And I got paid. I mean,
So accidental but official. So, professional.
If anyone's seen it, can you let me know?
I know, we do ask that occasionally. If you ever see like an 80s era porn with someone who looks like a young buff AIDzee in it, point us to it.
Just let me know, because I've never seen it. And I'd be really interested, because I was like, 16? And, so I'm over a barrel wearing a Tarzan costume and I'm being pretty much butt-fucked by a large islander. Just saying.
I'm actually... just saying, I think that's the first time you've said 16 when referred to. So we withdraw the thing about something we now realise is actually child porn, technically.
Oh, it is too. It really is. Let that go.
That part of the conversation didn't happen.
Yeah.
But what I want to get, because you do the study of people, like the armchair psychologist, when you see these little kiddies, and I mean just emotionally, they might be 50, but they've not got past about 12.
Really?
Lashing out online, particularly using fag as an insult. Like the armchair psychologist go, well, that's insecurity. There's something about yourself. But you've seen gay bashers and whatnot over the years. How do you interpret them?
Well, okay, so you got a twin thing going on, basically. As people are insulting with, people tend to insult by putting into a corner those things that they feel that they don't want to be and are superior to. And when you're in a situation where you're a virgin in front of a keyboard who no one talks to very much because you're a fucking loser, you've got to have something that you're superior to. And so searching out to something that's superior, you find your fag is basically something that is an object of derision by everybody. And your autist is basically something that you can safely go, oh, I'm better than that. I'm so much better than that. So as a result, you can insult with something that you think that you can guarantee coverage of your superiority of. And so, generally speaking, I've been gay bashed nearly to death twice, right? Same group of people too. And it's all good. They went to jail for a very long time, which made me laugh. And during those bashings, basically the rules were pretty simple. Back in the day, and it was a long time ago, but back in the day, if 4 men beat up and killed one fag, basically they could then say to the law, and this is not real anymore, but it was real back then, they could say, I thought he was going to rape me and give me AIDS, so I panicked and killed him. Right?
The gay panic defence was literally successfully used in several court cases.
296 to be precise.
Stopped working in about the 80s or maybe the early 90s.
In the mid-90s, a New South Wales judge basically turned around and said, this twink that was maybe 40 kilos has been beaten to death by 4 front row footballers. Are you fucking kidding me that he could rape you? You're all going to jail forever. Yeah. And so, effectively, what tends to happen if you tend to get in a situation where you're being bashed or gay bashed, if the gay fights back and then maybe gets one of them on the ground or even 2 of them on the ground, they will all run away because the script has changed. Now, you're not a superhero, you're not going to beat 4, 5, 6 guys. It's just not going to happen. But if you don't go down in a hurry and the script is different, and the superiority isn't naturally there, then all of a sudden the bases of the foundation of what they're doing runs away. So if you're being insulted by anybody for any reason, and if you feel that you don't necessarily need to feel inferior because of any label or because of any sustained way of life or anything like that, you are actually in control of how you feel. And if you can't respect someone for going you, then you don't necessarily have to be insulted. And as a result, you can stand up to pretty much anything. If you change the script, then it'll stop. And it usually stops. This is often friction, and there can be violence, but it's basically up to you how you go. But a lot of times, when people are insulting with autist and fag, they're basically going, "This is a thing that I can naturally feel superior to," because a lot of people basically derides fags, and the autistic kid in the corner that's shitting himself and crying is something that I don't necessarily have to be, so I am superior to that. Therefore, I can cast this stone from a position of bigoted superiority, and that's why that's why insults happen, because you know, if you had any kind of, you know, personal power, you just slug them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, for all the decrying of, oh, the political correctness gone mad. It's not the 80s anymore, where you can just shit on people weaker than you with no recourse. It's, you know, more and more people regarding, well, gay's not an insult, it's either you are or you aren't. Particularly autistic, like, it's a medical condition. You either are or you aren't. Like you with the measles, you're weak.
Yeah, with your spots and stuff. Yeah.
So
Don't get the vaccine.
they're not actually insults, guys. They either are or aren't accurate labels, and if you think they're insults, that's all on you and your self-image, and not on the person you're firing them at. Just by the way, you know,
zombies have jobs.
Yeah,
and they're educated.
I want to round off with one thing you made me think of. I read a fascinating article years ago about this guy who made weapons for Ozploitation films like Mad Max, particularly Salute of the Jugger. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember Salute of the Jugger.
Shitty straight-to-video movie with Rutger Hauer.
Dog skulls.
Yeah, and he made this thing with knives on the end of chains. It was like nunchucks that were knives. He made crazy weapons. This guy was a stuntman. He had a really psycho-tough upbringing. And he used to just try this shit out in public to see what worked. But one of his how to get out of trouble things, if you've ever read about the fight or flight reflex that animals have and humans kind of have control over, but not really, one of the things is the loosening of the bowels. Literally shitting yourself if you're scared. Animals do it all the time to throw off pursuers. Humans involuntarily do it sometimes. This guy taught himself to do it on command, basically, because, as he said, he tested this out in one of the worst parks in King's Cross in Sydney, where you were guaranteed to get fucking mugged and fucked over. And group of 6 guys, and this is like big tough stuntman guy, and he knows I'm not beating 6 guys in a fight.
You don't.
What he did
real.
to test his theory, he shit himself, reached into his pants with a handful and threw it at these guys, and he said he hit 2 of them in the face.
Oh,
One of them collapsed and vomited.
I can imagine.
The other one was just traumatized, standing there going, "Ah!" And the other 4 guys just went, like when you said change the script, that's what did it. They just went, this was not in their script. I was not getting human excrement thrown in my face tonight. And the other 4 guys ran away. Yep. There was literally nothing stopping them from beating the shit out of this guy.
Well, again.
But he voluntarily expunged it and flipped the script, and shit changed straight away. That's our public service announcement today. That's our warm-up. We wanted to do a little bit of a warm-up, and now I'm going to stop this, and we're going to make another video, which will be amazing.
Yes.